another car vlog, car talk, real talk in the car. I just did a review on this girl. This is the Freetress lace part wig line, and this is Valencia, and they're all like V's. So you got Valentino in there, Viva, all those, okay? So I really love her. This is in the FF Hot Choco or Cocoa or whatever, and I think this coloring is great. I love those lace part wig lines. They're just easy peasy. Hurry up, put them on, go to work, looking cute, got a date, hopefully. So I wanted to talk about something that I have been wanting to talk about for a long time, and I've talked about it sporadically throughout my videos, but I did want to just talk about my journey with alopecia and hair loss. So we have a few minutes, let's just chat about that. Because for some of you this may be the case, and for some of you not. For me, the reason I started wearing wigs was because my alopecia was getting bad, and I wanted to be comfortable with wigs enough that if I had to wear them, that I would be okay with it. So rewind back, I'd say like 6 or 7 years ago, I was in my early to mid 30s, and I had already had my son, and I was at the doctor, and she was commenting on my fake lashes and how much she liked them. And I made a comment. I said, yeah, I gotta wear fake lashes now, because, you know, I'm in my 30s and my lashes are falling out. It's like, I guess that's getting older. And she was like, wait, what? She's like, that's not a thing. And that was my first sign of alopecia, although I didn't know it at that point, because my lashes had been falling out for like a year. I'd always have sort of sparse brows, or like my brows they were just crazy. There would be sections missing, and that was always like that, but they were definitely getting more thin. And so I went to a dermatologist, and they, you know, said that I was losing hair. I had very long hair, like long curly hair. No, I'm not going to edit this. I was going to say I'll put a picture in. If you go on my Instagram, there are pictures, older pictures of me on there, definitely with my normal, like not my normal, but my natural hair. And so I started losing my hair more, and I went through so many tests. I probably got tests like 6-7 years. And then I started getting treatment. So I would get shots in my head every single month, 5 to 7 shots. And that just became so problematic, because sometimes I'd be going to a business meeting, I'd go to get my shots, and like there'd be like blood pouring down on my face because it was coming from my scalp. It was really gross. Then I was getting shots in my bum, like B12 shots and all kind of stuff. And I was so over that. I was like, I just can't with all the shots and this. And so then that was probably the second time I cut all my hair off, and I went super short, like Halle Berry short. And I kept it like that for a while. And then it seemed to go into remission or whatever. My hair was growing back again. And then this last 4 years of my life, honestly, have been the most difficult of my entire life, to be honest with you. And I can go into a whole video on that if you want me to. But I just started losing my hair so much, and a doctor did finally, after years and years, she said that it's tied to my cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone. The reason that nobody caught it was because they would take your cortisol level test, and mine was in normal range. But because I had it done so much, she actually like looked back and like put them side by side, and she's like, it may be within the normal range, but yours is dipping and spiking and dipping and spiking. And, you know, hair loss goes in 3-month cycles. So by the time I had a dip or a spike in cortisol, I was already in that hair loss process, and I just kept starting it over and over again. And I had tried like the Neoxin and the Moxicillin and the special hair shampoos. And those do work. I'm not going to say that the Moxicillin stuff didn't work. I like the phone the best. It did work, but you have to use it every day, and if you stop using it, it will stop working. And I just was like, look, I can't. Sometimes I don't even get out of my sweatpants for the weekend, so I'm not going to be messing with it all the time. I just felt like I didn't want to be tied to that treatment every single day. And so then I started to get into wigs and learning about wigs, and I'm a researcher at my core. I'm a behaviorist, a researcher, and so although I'm super goofy, I can be very nerdy. So when I was getting into wigs, I like deep dove into it and learned as much as I can, watched as much as I can, tried as much as I can. And those are the videos I share with you, like with the wig tips or the wigs 101. Those aren't just like I made those up. Not only did I research them, but I tested them all out. And I will continue to do that. So if there's something that needs to be updated, or I find something new or improved or whatever, I'll do new videos. But I really wanted someone, you know, because I am biracial, but wearing wigs outside of theater, because I'm also a theater nerd, was just not something that I was something I was familiar with, because, you know, I was raised in a white Polish Catholic family, in the country, in a white neighborhood, in a white high school, and it just, I was already weird enough, so to be constantly wearing wigs at that time was probably going to be problematic. But the funny thing is because of that, because of the way I was raised, and because I was always the different one, wearing wigs or doing stuff with makeup or whatever, piercings, tattoos, like, I never cared, because I'm like, I'm already, like, they can't think I'm weirder. I'm already weird. I might as well just lean into the weird. So when I started wearing wigs, people will ask me this. At first, I was a little uncomfortable just because I could see that they knew. But now, seriously, and I work at a pretty conservative job for the most part. And the funny thing is they're so used to it now. If I come in without a wig, people are like, "What are you doing? Where's your wig?" And that's what I like. So they've already accepted it and that sort of thing. So, and then now, since I've been wearing wigs almost exclusively for the last year or more, my hair loss has definitely ceased. I'm not getting any additional hair loss. I did shave all of my hair off, and I've talked about that. And I actually just cut it again, and I filmed it. So you'll be seeing that video where I like use clippers on my own head and hope that I don't screw up my hair. I feel like cutting all my hair off, giving it a chance to heal and regrow, and then also just wearing the wigs has actually protected my hair a little bit. So I do feel like it was helpful. So for that, you know, if you are stressed out about it, then I think I'm gonna sneeze. If you are stressed out about it, maybe think about just wearing wigs for the fact of like giving your hair a break, giving your mind a break, and, you know, go into it like I did, like, hey, I'm just gonna get used to this just in case, and then you won't feel any type of way if you have to wear them. So that's a little bit about my hair loss and wig journey. I would love to hear about your journey, things you've tried, maybe tips and tricks that we can share amongst each other, and just like support, because, and I'm not saying if you're a man and you lose your hair, it's not a big deal, but I do feel like it's definitely more acceptable. And the truth is that our hair for women is really attached to our beauty a lot of times. And so it can be something that's, you know, for me, it was so upsetting, and I would lose my hair more and more and more. And I just felt like, and I hid it a lot. So people would be like, what are you talking about? Your hair looks great. But I'm like, I know where the pieces are missing. I know that I'm wearing my hair in a certain way, so you don't know. And I was always afraid like someone was going to see or whatever. I was self-conscious about it, and it didn't make me feel good about myself. So now that I wear the wigs, I feel like, now I'm just like, oh, I don't feel like doing my hair, I can wear wigs. But it's helped me that if I have to do this, I'm not going to feel self-conscious. I'm not going to feel upset, and I kind of like it. Sometimes it's fun. I'm like, I want to be short, curly, straight. Like, you couldn't have pink hair one day, blue hair the next, like on your real hair, because it would fall out and then you'd be in the same position. Anywho, I hope this video was a little bit helpful. Definitely, if there's other sort of car vlog, car chats that you want to have me film in the future, put it down below. I just want to thank everyone for being here. And if you are struggling with hair loss, and that is the reason why you are wearing wigs for whatever reason, you are having hair loss, just know that there are people out there that can support you. There are people out there that understand. It may not be your immediate circle, and that's okay. Not everybody can be all things to us. So just know, reach out to the people who you know are struggling. Send me a message. I always reply. I always try to support. But just know you're not alone, and it's not silly. It's not trivial. It's a real thing. And, you know, we love you here. So there you go. That's my message for today. I hope you have a super fabulous day. I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna drink my iced coffee. Bye.